Hi, Eckart. It's really nice to meet you. My name's Sarah. I'm the graphic designer here at the Portland Symphony.
Hi, Sarah. Very nice to meet you too. Looking forward to answering your questions.
We wanted to ask you, what's it like to be a conductor?
It really depends on the people you work with, but usually you have a lot of people to work with, an orchestra, like let's say 50 to 80 people. Sometimes you have a chorus that adds another 100 people, and you help the musicians and the singers to make music. And usually it's really a very overwhelming feeling because everybody just plays with passion and with a heart, and uh, it's just like sitting in the middle of a stereo system, and just with the headphones on, and it's just blast into your ears, and it's just really a phenomenal experience.
What does a normal day for you look like?
The good thing, that's what I actually like about this job, is there is no normal day. So there is no 9 to 5 structured day. Every day looks different. But there are certain things that you do every day. So you always do your emails every day. You're on the phone every day. You study your scores every day. You do some research every day, like just into repertoire, into also guest artist. And so there are certain things that repeat every day, certain actions that you do every day, but every day is very, very different. And in particular, when you have a concert week, when you have rehearsals, because there are additional things you have to do, like meeting people, having lunches, having dinners, having interviews, and then you also have to rehearse, and then you have the concert, and it's very exciting. I mean, I like this kind of. It's not a free flow, but it is very adventurous in that sense that every day is something new, and you can't really predict what is going to happen.
What's the difference between being a music director and a conductor?
That's a good question. I mean, a conductor is a part of a music director. So, music director is the overarching description for the position, which includes conducting, which means actually conducting the orchestra, doing rehearsals and concerts. But the music director also does the programming. So he chooses the repertoire, the pieces that you play at each concert. He helps to choose the guest artists that are performing at the concert. He has a vital role in kind of determining the format of the concert. If it's a chamber concert, if it's a more baroque program, if it's a large orchestra, if it's with soloists, with chorus, all these different things, and also you do a lot of you help marketing, you help fundraising. So that's kind of an overarching job description. One of which is actually the conducting part.
What does a conductor actually do when on stage?
What do I actually do is always an interesting question because very few people actually know what a conductor does. They always think it's like Mickey Mouse, you're kind of moving to music. And so conducting is not ballet. So ballet is when you move to music. When you're conductor, you actually help create the music. And so originally orchestras did not have a conductor. Like even up to Mozart's time, even early Beethoven, so they didn't have conductors at all. It was all led from the first violin. What is now the concertmaster? That's the person, the violin that sits to my left. Because orchestras were smaller then, but as the middle class grew and the bigger concert halls were built, also the size of the orchestras grew. And then trouble started because then the people on the left could not hear all the people on the right, and the people in the back could not hear the people in the front, and things were starting to fall apart. And that's when they need some visual help. And that's when it kind of started the rise of the conductor, and there were many different ways how they conducted. Some people had a staff and they banged it on the floor. Some people had like music rolls or music paper, and they hit it on the chair. And then, but it was basically out of the violin bow that this thing started, and that is my baton. And so it's kind of a visual aid to when to play, so that people who can't hear each other across the stage can still play together. And so I see my role as kind of really enabling musicians to play better together, to have a similar idea about character, phrasing, articulation, and energy and pacing of the whole piece. Because I mean, if you have a 60 or 80 highly qualified individuals all know the music really well, you have 60 to 80 different opinions about the piece. And so I kind of am the unifier of the whole process and of the musical idea.
Has a musician ever changed your mind about how you play a certain piece?
I mean, first of all, when you, as a conductor, study a piece, you have all the parts, and you study it for a long time, and you make up your mind about kind of what this piece is about and how it should go. And but you don't really have a way to practice it. So that happens when you actually step in front of the orchestra, and then you start kind of seeing where things are. And very often, actually, musicians who also study the piece will offer you something. They will offer you a different kind of phrasing or different kind of articulation, different kind of character, a different sound than you originally imagined. And sometimes I have to say, it's like, this is much better than what I thought. And so it is. Everybody thinks the conductor is a very powerful figure, which we kind of are. But power is given to you and can be taken away from you very quickly as well. It's more like a give and take, like a good teamwork. I mean, orchestra is kind of the most brilliant and high quality teamwork you can ever imagine, where everybody reacts to the neighbor, to the people across the hall, to the conductor, to the people behind them, and so it's this very vital living organism, and the conductor is part of that. And of course, when I listen to musicians and I react to it, they change the way I react, and they change the way I think. And but I think it goes both ways. And so again, when you start the rehearsal process, you don't really know the end result, because everybody is a creator, and part of, and at the end of the creative process is a thing that where everybody participates in, and so yes, you have a general vision, but within that vision, there's a lot of things that might change. And again, that's something that makes it really, really interesting and very unique. With every orchestra, it will sound different. Even though you have the same conductor, every performance will sound different, particularly with different orchestras, because everybody has different musicians who give them different things.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And hopefully we'll see each other at the next concert.
Very nice talking to you. Bye.